Welcome to Camp Galileo Anywhere. I'm Kristin, a Galileo camp director, and this is the Galileo Story Corner, where I will be reading books that help reinforce the 5 innovators' mindsets. These mindsets are something that everyone can have and will help them become an innovator who envisions and creates a better world. Just a reminder that our 5 mindsets are be visionary, be courageous, be collaborative, be reflective, and be determined. And today we're going to talk about being visionary. I'd like to introduce my co-host and the official mascot of Camp Galileo Anywhere, Feathersby, the magical rubber chicken. Woo! Yeah! Woo! And, Feathersby, what do you got there? It's a cool cardboard box. That's just like in the book that we're going to read today. Today we're going to read Christina Katerina and the Box. And that's by Patricia Lee Gauch, and it's illustrated by Doris Byrne. In today's book, Christina gets a box and then practices being visionary with the box and imagines things that don't yet exist. And then she turns her ideas into reality through her imagination. Feathersby, do you imagine that your box is something? Oh. It's just the box that your ice cream of the month shipment came in? Well, maybe after we read the book, we can think of more visionary things that the box can be. Let's get started.
Christina Katerina liked things. Tin cups and old dresses, worn-out ties and empty boxes, any of those things, but mostly boxes. Hat boxes, bakery boxes with see-through lids, shoe boxes. Wow, look at all the different things that she has. Best of all, she liked big boxes. So she was happy indeed one sleepy summer day when even her sometimes friend Fats Watson was out of town to see a truck deliver a great tall box. It came on a refrigerator. Oh, how grand and new, Christina's mother said, looking at the refrigerator. It is. Oh, it really is, said Christina, looking at the box. I like how her mom and her have different ideas about what's exciting. And she quickly claimed the box for her own and dragged it under the apple tree. To Mother, who was very neat and tidy, it seemed that boxes were for basements or trash barrels, not for front yards under the apple tree. But she decided that it couldn't hurt. It couldn't possibly hurt for one day or two to have the big box in the front yard there under the apple tree. Ooh, look at how Christina's looking at the box. I think she might already have some ideas. That afternoon, Christina's father cut a window and door in the box, and Christina painted on turrets, a drawbridge, and bolts for the door, and the box became a castle. Inside, she put sticks on the window for iron bars, and she brought in all her cups and saucers and a lot of fig Newtons in case there was a battle and she couldn't get out. Look, she's already making her ideas a reality. How cool! For 2 days, she and her bears lived and played in her castle peacefully. Until Fats Watson came home. He sneaked into her castle while she was out to lunch and ate all her fig Newtons, and she locked him in until he hollered, "I'm sorry," 15 times. When she finally let him out, Fats gave Christina's castle a kick, and over it went, smack on its side. Oh no, that wasn't very nice. Mother came out and saw the fallen box. "I see that's the end of the castle, Christina," she said with a smile and started to haul it away. "But that's no castle," said Christina, hauling it back again. "That's my clubhouse." And it was for 3 long days, right there under the apple tree. Christina changed the window into a door and the door into a window. She put in 2 benches for members and a chair for the president, and she painted "Keep Out, Members Only" and "Danger to Enemies" on the outside. Wow, look, she had an idea, but the idea changed. That's so cool. How visionary of her to change it when things got different. And she let Fats join. They met in the clubhouse, which was very dark when the door was closed and very secret, and they spit on a nickel and swore to be friends forever. And they were. Until one day when Fats got angry at always being vice president. He climbed on the clubhouse roofs and promised to sit there until Christina made him president. Only the roof caved in first, and Christina disbanded the club. When Mother saw the satin box, she brushed her hands together. Now she would have her nice, neat yard. Well, she said, that is the end of the clubhouse, and she tugged it towards the street. But that's no clubhouse, said Christina, tugging it back again. That's my racing car, Hermione, and I'm late for a race. Oh, Christina still has visionary ideas. Before speeding off, Christina put the top on the bottom, turned the window into a cockpit, and on the side painted 2 magnificent, curling silver horns, which she blasted at Fats every time she rounded the apple tree. Wow, look at that, making her dreams a reality. Her ideas keep changing, and she keeps on making the best of it. For 2 days, she raced around the yard and won every time. Until Fats said he'd take a look at the motor, that it didn't sound quite right. When he cut off the nose to get at the motor, the car collapsed. Christina's mother was relieved. Well, that is the end of the racing car, she said, and she pulled the cardboard toward the trash barrel. But that's no racing car, said Christina, pulling it back again. That's the floor of my summer mansion, and I'm going to have a ball. And she did, right there under the apple tree. She patted the box out flat and drew furniture on each flap. A stove and refrigerator for the kitchen, a bed for the bedroom, and a grand piano and a violin for the living room, so there would be music for her ball. Then she and her bears and Fats dressed up in gowns and high heels, bow ties and top hats, and they invited kings and queens and some presidents and one vice president to come. And everybody came, and they danced and danced until their feet hurt and they had to take off their shoes. Even without shoes, Christina had a wonderful time. Until Fats decided the floor needed scrubbing. He sprayed it down with the garden hose and mopped it until the floor puckered and grew lumpy and finally fell apart. When Mother came out a little later and looked at her front yard, she shook her head and said, "Well?" And then, "Is this the end of your grand floor?" "What floor?" asked Christina, who was running by. "Oh, you mean that old ragged box? Let's throw it away." Mother breathed a sigh. At last she could have her nice, neat yard. "But quick," Christina said. "Fat's mother got a washer and dryer today, and he's bringing 2 ships down now. I said my mother wouldn't mind a bit if we sailed them here in our front yard, right under our apple tree." Look, they turned those 2 boxes into ships. How visionary. The end.
What was your favorite part of the book, Feathersby? You really liked that she didn't let her setbacks stop her from coming up with new ideas? That's actually practicing a different mindset along with the mindset of being visionary. Christina was being very determined. Talk about being a true innovator. Do you have any boxes at home that you could turn into something new? It doesn't even have to be a large box like Christina Katerina. It could be a teeny tiny little box or a medium box. I bet you can think of a lot of visionary things to do with that box. Hey, Feathersby, what do you think you can do with your box? You want to pretend it's an ice cream cart? That could be fun. Well, we're going to make something out of Feathersby's box. Thanks for joining me in Galileo Story Corner. Hope to see you soon. Stay visionary and keep on innovating.